So this has been the single most bizarre experience of my life. I, 29, male, had been hosting dinner parties as a weekly thing for some time, and one of the regular attendees invited a girl, 32, female, that they knew I liked. To be clear, I had been hoping for something to happen with this person. So when she was the last one in my apartment after the night had wound down and everyone else left, I didn't think anything of it. The thing is, I don't drink hardly ever save for culinary stuff, and for some stupid reason I consumed like 2 bottles of wine that night. I felt absolutely useless and like I needed to get to a bed and go into a coma, so I told her she was more than welcome to stay over. I woke up the next morning alone, everyone gone, and life continued as usual, until I get a phone call 4 weeks later. She's pregnant, apparently mine, and basically tries to pass it off like, "Oh yeah, don't you remember we totally had sex that night?" And I was just completely flabbergasted. I know for 1000% certain I was not conscious if this happened. And the part that fucks with me the most is that I wanted it, just not like that, I guess. Someone had sex with my body and stole my DNA. I don't particularly feel like a rape victim, but now I'm being treated like a monster for saying an abortion is absolutely the proper and moral thing to do here for all parties involved. I've not yet leveled the accusation of non-consent to her at this time, but she seems completely undaunted by the prospect of a paternity test. Again, I liked her at first, and I'm not trying to come across as a victim, but WTF do I do? And Ada? Comment 1. Are you sure you are the father? OP. I have no way of knowing that, but she was definitely in my bed and seems undaunted by a paternity test. SHE seems very sure and claims I was the only sexual partner in a few months. Comment 2, your NTA, abortion should be legal for many reasons, and this is one of those reasons. You're NTA and don't need to take responsibility for it, even if it is yours, because it wasn't consensual. You were raped, lawyer and paternity test, DNA test, etc. She raped you and you have every right to push for an abortion or don't make her get one, but don't take responsibility for it. It wasn't your fault and wasn't consensual, so you don't have to take care of it for her nor pay for her. OP. I am pro-choice and support every woman's choice. I'm only arguing that this is literally an evil thing to go through with for the child's sake. Mine, my family's, her and hers. For everyone, that's all. I'm not saying you have to do this and have no bodily autonomy because you took mine and being met with, "How could you?" Like I'm the asshole for saying this should not happen. Comment 3, NTA. All you can do is tell you're not ready to be a father. I think you should explain to her that you genuinely don't recall sex ever happening. Not that it matters at this point. I would definitely insist on a DNA test if she insists on having the child. What a nightmare. If the roles were reversed, you'd be sitting in jail facing a very long prison sentence. SMH. OP. That's the exact approach I took before talking about terminating it instead of accusing. Comment 4, OP, you were 100% raped. Report her to the police. Even if they decline to press charges, the report will be on file when she goes after you for child support. Talk to your friends from the party and ask if they remember you drinking a lot. Document it. Doing someone a favor BC you like them and would like to date them in the future is not an excuse for rape. And get an STD test. OP. I did take tests at the doctor a few days ago. My understanding is that this girl isn't known to be promiscuous at all. It's so weird. Surely someone wouldn't go after our money in such a crazy roundabout fashion? That's just a lot. And too disheartening. Comment 5. Because it could damage your case or be with malicious intent. It's better to wait till you've spoken to your lawyer and let them guide you forward. There's really only 2 things that could have happened, and you know it too. Either she's tricking you or she took advantage of you while you were unconscious. Both are bad enough reasons to step back. Nothing could improve by meeting her in person. Just tell her you only wish further conversation is through text so you have her words in writing. OP, yeah, you all make good points, mainly that I have to only think pragmatically now. Comment 6. OP doesn't even know if he initiated the sex or not if he blacked out, nor if she was also technically heavily inebriated, and went along with it because he asked her to and she consented. Terrible all around. Don't get wasted. NTA, since you have every right to request the abortion, even if you have no power over the decision, it tells her she'll be a single mom if she goes through with it. OP, no, I went to bed. I laid down and purposefully went into a coma after saying she could stay in the spare room and leaving comforters out for her. But the reasons being pointed out for why contacting police will be fruitless are absolutely correct. I literally have no case. Not to mention I would be laughed at, which is the reason I myself am not even calling it assault. Update. So, after back and forth that included her calling me a monster for my prerogative, I was apparently the only sexual partner within a few months. I met with my lawyer and he took everything extremely seriously and offered solid advice. I explained to her that this course of action would result in social harm for her with the subsequent public disclosure of information. I have only told people very, very close to me so I could reserve that. But more importantly, that my family would spare no expense on the planet to sue for total custody with lawyers that do not lose, in a corrupt county where reputation and dollar determine court cases. I basically gave her the choice of losing anyway and being labeled a predator to everyone, plus how much it would cost. Suddenly she miraculously gains the clarity to see that it would be actual evil to bring a child into all of this under these circumstances. I live in Texas, so I procured the medication myself, met her at my lawyer's office to give it to her. And I shit you not, she struck me. She slapped me and left with the medicine. I sincerely hope that's the last I ever hear from this woman. She seemed so nice, perfect even. I liked her a lot. I would really like to thank everyone for the wisdom and support. I've had difficulty accepting what is what, and Reddit has genuinely surprised me with the helpfulness and wisdom you guys have. Thank you for the support with the most bizarre episode of my life, sincerely. To all the anti-choice freaks, I have 2 children already, one who I have full custody of and the other 50-50, and have suffered 2 miscarriages in just as many years. Don't you dare lecture me of dead children or responsibility. If I am an asshole, I'm alright with that for now.